Well, joining us from California is Stanford Law School's National Security and Middle East Analyst Arash Aramesh. Very good to speak to you, Arash. Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu in particular, saying a bad deal with Iran is worse than no deal at all.
Well, having no deal with Iran would leave some room for maneuvering for parties that are very dissatisfied with that no deal with Iran. Having a bad deal would have both sides committed to carrying out and executing that bad deal. Here's what's happening. Israel has some concerns. Israel being the party here that is very, very concerned about Iran's nuclear program is going to set the bargaining level. It's going to set the table, the bargaining sort of beginning point of bargaining pretty high. They're going to say no enrichment whatsoever. They're going to say you're going to destroy all underground facilities. They're going to ask for complete inspection of the Fordo facility. They're going to ask for a complete halt in the operations of a heavy water facility in central Iran and Iraq. On the other hand, the United States, that is supposed to lead the P5+1, that's the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council plus Germany, into actually reaching a workable deal with Iran is going to reach some middle sort of a middle ground here to work with. Obviously, the Iranians have been very adamant in their demand that, hey, we're not going to suspend enriching uranium. That's a right they have under the NPT. On the other hand, Israel says no enrichment, at least no enrichment that will allow them that one day have nuclear weapons capability. There has to be middle ground here, and the U.S. hopefully, with the leadership of President Obama and with the new semi-moderate government in Tehran, will work out a deal.
Arash, in your opinion, do you think Israel's justified in calling for the complete dismantlement of Iran's nuclear program, given the fact that, of course, it was not too long ago that an Iranian leader called for Israel to be wiped off the map?
It is not. It's quite clear to everyone that Mr. Ahmadinejad, the former Iranian president, who in reality really didn't have much power to begin with, it is the real powerful man in Iran is Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader, who, there's no love lost between him and Israel either. But again, those sorts of inflammatory rhetoric saying Israel should be wiped off the map or the Zionist entity should get destroyed obviously will not help Iran build more trust and confidence in its actions, and especially in its nuclear program. Does Israel or other countries in the region have a justified fear of a nuclear, weaponized nuclear Iran? Of course they do. And here's the thing: nuclear weapons will not bring security and safety for the Iranian people and for the Iranian government anyway. But options that the U.S. is not pursuing are diplomatic options. We've got to let them work out a bit. Again, backbreaking sanctions have now brought back the mullahs to the table. Sanctions have worked. Let's talk to them. Sticks are very good, but sometimes we've got to give them some carrots as well.
Absolutely. Arash Aramesh, very good to talk to you. Thank you for your time.